Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're getting back into one of my babies, the one and only Mr. Gabriel Henrique. I've had so many requests for this in the comment section over like the last week or so. So many requests. Like I've been getting hit left, right, front, back, center, all over the place. Just like, hey, can you react to Gabriel singing I Wanna Know What Love Is by Mariah Carey? Hey, can you react to Gabriel singing I Wanna Know What Love Is by Mariah Carey? Hey, can you react to Gabriel? So I'm like, yes, I'm getting to it. Please, don't worry about it. I was on a bit of a series binge when I was watching one of my television series that I've been watching the last couple months and whatnot. But I was on a little bit of a binge last week, so I didn't get to do any of my music reactions. But it's on my to-do list. Well, obviously, because I'm doing it now. So yeah, we're just gonna dive in. This is a very, very challenging song, covered by a million people over, originally by Foreigner, and then Mariah Carey famously covered it as well. So here in parentheses it says Mariah Carey, so I'm assuming he's modeling his version after Mariah Carey. But I've seen so many amazing people cover the song, Morissette Amon, Katrina Velarde, a couple other people, just some that I've reacted to on the channel here, and then just others that I've just seen amazing performances from. So I have no doubt that Gabriel's also going to give us an amazing performance, because by this point on the channel, we know he's got an amazing voice, incredible tone to his voice, incredible range, control, and yeah. So we're just gonna dive on in and see what magic he makes. Looking all beautiful with that beard. I see you, baby. Trying to seduce me with these eyes. Come on, old school microphone.
I gotta take a little time to think this over. I'd better read between the lines, in case I need it when I go up. Hey. In my life, that has been hiding the pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now. I've been traveled so far to change this lonely life. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I wanna feel what love is. I know you can show me. Hey, I gotta take a little time to look around me. I've got nowhere left to hide. It looks like love has finally found me. Oh, in my life,
Sing, boy.
there's been hiding the pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop
Come
now.
on.
I've traveled so far to change this lonely life.
Belt it out, baby. You better end the song by looking seductively at me like this, boy. Boy. Yes, baby, yes. Okay. So, when I was watching like throughout the first verse, I was sitting here thinking to myself, like, he is doing so amazingly well with this first verse, because like I feel like for a lot of people, they hear the song or they think of the song, they think of Mariah Carey's version of the song, and they immediately jump to, oh my God, there's so many whistles and belts and all that kind of stuff, characteristic of 90s Mariah Carey. She had all that vocal capability. She did all that craziness. So people think of her version of the song, and that's what they jump to. They're like, oh my God, there's all this range, there's all this whistling and belting and whatnot that happens at the end of the song, and thinking, that's the hard part. And yes, that is very, very challenging. It's very, very difficult. But for me, personally, as a singer, just me and my voice, I know that I've always found it more difficult to do what Mariah's like made like her trademark, one of her trademarks, so characteristic of Mariah Carey, that transition between her light head voice and her normal chest voice, or between light head voice and like a normal strong head voice. Like she'll transitions registers in and out, in and out, in and out, and it's just so characteristic of Mariah Carey's music. And that whole first verse, it's just soft, delicate vocals, where it's a lot of just that sort of transitionary stuff. So like, I'm trying to think of the lyrics. In my life, there's been a heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Lots of up and down, where like, yes, it would be easier, like what he did in the second verse, it'd just be easier to just, in my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. It's easier to just punch those notes out, rather than, and it sounds pleasant. Either way, it sounds good, but it sounds more pleasant, and for me, it's just more impressive to do all of those sort of transitions. And if you're not careful, or if you're not, well warmed up, well trained, in tune with your voice and whatnot, all that sort of transition can wear you out very, very quickly. So it's just a testament to, how well tuned his instrument is, how in touch he is with his instrument, and how well he can navigate through his registers so quickly and whatnot. So for me, that is one of the most impressive parts of the song, for people to actually, if they're gonna do the Mariah Carey version and try to do all of the Mariah Carey isms throughout the song, to be able to navigate through the earlier parts where it's a lot of that transition in between the registers, and not so much just power belting. Because power belting, I'm not gonna say anybody can power belt, but like I said, it just, for me, it feels easier to just belt out these notes rather than to do all of the transitionary stuff. So that stuff impresses me. And then, yes, obviously we got to the second verse where it was stronger, a little bit more belty, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got to that last set of choruses when all the whistles came out. Every damn whistle came out of his bag of tricks. And I'm like, yes, obviously by this point, I know he's got these whistle notes. I've heard him do them a dozen times over. That didn't surprise me. But I was surprised at how that very highest one that he did, like, I don't know that I've heard him go that high into the whistle, and that surprised me. And I was like, yes, you better slay. Because like, just when I thought he had reached the top of his, whistle range and whatnot, he took it that extra step up there. I'm like, you know what, you better push out these whistles. And it all sounded so effortless. Because one thing about, just like I was saying with, all the transitions between registers and whatnot, when you're jumping up to such an extreme, if you're not well rehearsed, and your voice isn't a well-oiled machine, jumping up to an extreme like that can just tear the hell out of your voice. Because like, I know personally, again, I'm speaking from experience, like, I'm a huge karaoke fan. I love karaoke. It's been a while since I've been to any, but like, I love karaoke, and I love to bounce around genres and try all different kinds of songs. It all depends on what bar I go to and what the crowd is like and whatnot, and that'll kind of dictate what kind of song I do. But usually whenever I go to a brand new bar that I've never been to ever, and I'm like, okay, I may only get one song here because it looks kind of busy or whatnot, or I may not be staying very late, I may only get one song. usually I'll jump to singing like Dream On or something by Aerosmith, just because it's something familiar that the majority of people know. It shows, you know, a good amount of range. It's catchy. People can sing along to it. And, you know, if you pull it off, it's impressive. So, like, for me, that very last set of, you know, screeches up there, you know, all that stuff. Obviously, I'm not doing it now. I'm not trying to blow out anyone's microphone, my microphones. Bought enough damn microphones this year. But, like, for me, like, that sort of, you know, screechy thing, it's not really at the top of my range, but it's definitely, you know, verging towards that extreme. I don't have any kind of whistle register or anything like that. That's not anything that I was blessed with, unfortunately. And, like, I can kind of, I've got a decent enough mix where I can, you know, push some of those high screechy rock falsetto type notes out pretty well. But there are certain times when like whenever I sing the song, the note always comes out. Regardless of whether I'm sick or whatnot, through some black magic, I get up there, I squeeze some muscles in my stomach, and the note comes out. I don't ask questions, it just does. But there are certain times when I might be sick, or it might not be my first song of the night, it might be my third song of the night, or I've been yelling and screaming over all the loud stuff, all the loud music, talking to my friends and whatnot, and my voice is already kind of visibly worn at that point. So all these different things that could already fatigue my voice, or I may not have just warmed up beforehand. But there are some instances when I go to sing that song, yeah, I'll hit the note, but then after hitting that extreme, and then having to come back down for the rest of the song, sing with me, sing for you, you know, last little bit of that, where I can physically feel in my throat that my voice is like, no. And then that's when I have mental conversations in my head. I'm like, okay, let's quickly figure out ways we can navigate. What notes do we not have to hold? What notes can we just pull off of? What notes can we, you know, what pattern can we take that's a different route and whatnot, just to make it through the rest of the song, to get through the rest of the song without it sounding like I'm tired, without it sounding like my voice is done. And like I said, those are just times when my voice is either fatigued already, or I didn't warm up beforehand, or, you know, whatever, things happen. So sometimes that's the case where like you hit that extreme, and then right after you hit those kind of extremes, you've done so much, I don't want to say damage, because I'm not out here like damaging my voice, but like you hit that extreme and you're really warmed up, you're not well rehearsed enough in that where it's exhausting, it's physically exhausting, your voice is tired at that point. So what I said all of that to say, here he hit all of these whistle notes, whistle, high whistle, higher whistle, doing all this kind of stuff, and then he just came right back down to the rest of the song, and it was fine. There was no sign of fatigue, no sign of strain, no sign of anything. He just popped up there, popped up there, popped up there, and then came back down, popped up there again, and it's just effortless, and it's just a testament to how well in tune he is with his instrument, how well oiled of a machine he is, and how well he takes care of his voice. Yeah, and then like I said, at the end, he just finishes the video by just staring at the camera seductively. I'm like, boy, don't you look at me like this. Don't you look at me like this with that beard and that voice. You sang to me like that. Rude and disrespectful coming from me like this. But yeah, beautiful rendition. So I see why everybody and their mother was in my comment section like, hey, can you react to this? So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications so you'll be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah. And before you guys go, a shout out to my amazing patrons. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. Love you guys.